are live. Welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. I'm your host, Patrick Vallejos. We will be opening up the phone lines in probably about 15 to 30 minutes. So if anybody's calling in now, feel free to call right back or hang tight backstage. There we go. Hit the wrong button for a second. What is up, Sleuth Crew? Welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. I'm your host, Patrick Vallejos, coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. Good to see you, Hannah Shakespeare. Good to see you in the chat. What's up, Ziggy, D, Sparky, Jill, She Warrior, Jerry, Night Shadow, and Ziggy? How is everybody doing? Good to see you, Christine. What is up, D? How are you? So, what is the word, guys? This is a legitimate check-in here. Want to know how you guys are doing? What's the news? What's the word? What's up, witchcraft? All right, guys, we're getting closer to the Delphi trial. I still don't think we'll make it. I expect a delay. We're going to either get at least a couple of delays. This is my prediction. 1 or 2 delays and then a plea bargain. Hey, what's up, Blind Squirrel? Rainy. No more good weather for you Indianians. For you Indios. Man, you guys had like 2 weeks of great weather. Sparky says, it's been a challenging week for me, but I'm holding it down. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. And if it doesn't make us stronger, it'll just kill us. So either way, you're good. If it doesn't make you stronger, at least you'll be gone. You know what I mean? It took you out. You weren't strong enough. Sparky says, I agree. Another delay and then a plea. Yeah, I mean, I believe more than ever that we're going to see Keegan Klein's head pop up somewhere in that courtroom. The Anthony Shots is connected in some way. I mean, that's just how I feel. That's how I feel about the Delphi case. What's up, Saska? Kev, what up, dude? I rarely see you in a live stream. It's good to see you. Good to hear some of your feedback. Sun is shining. The weather is sweet now. Make you want to move your dancing feet now. What's up, Frederica? 6 more days of rain. 40 days and 40 nights. My 8th life, so I got one more. Are you a feline? You got 9 lives? Frederica, been resting, so what's going on with Delphi? Just the usual back and forth, getting everything out before the trial, all the pre-trial stuff, working out all the kinks. But they don't want to go into that trial. Because in that trial, they're going to have the witnesses stand up. They're going to have the experts about the bullet. And I'm pretty sure they're going to bring up the Keegan Klein stuff. Oh, snap. Interesting blind. How was it? Sunny and perfect in New Mexico. Well, here in Phoenix is hot as shit. It's like I can't even go on a bike ride unless it's like before 7 in the morning. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Did Gold do anything last motion to dismiss? Nope. And it's kind of sad because I told you guys from the beginning all this stuff that they're calling exculpatory. Eventually, the judge is going to be referring to it as inadmissible. The case is against Richard Allen, so your defense has to be built around that. You can't have some random case over here that you have going on in the trial, while the prosecution is presenting this case over here. I mean, you're destined to fail if you do that. And I don't see them having any answers to what the prosecution is trying to allege. They're just giving alternative suspects. They haven't talked about an alibi. They haven't addressed the other quote unquote confessions. And I've seen if Richard Allen is a guilty man, I see a pattern with him. I see a proactive pattern, a level of sophistication that involves a lot of proactive behavior, which shows me somewhat a higher level of intelligence, right? I always say if he wouldn't have come forward, he would have been arrested immediately. He would have raised a lot more flags. All these people who've been wanting to turn him in, like his pool buddies and maybe even his wife, some friends, that was his ammunition. Man, you look like the bridge guy. Weren't you on the trails that day? Yeah, and I know I look like him, but I went to police and I talked with them. I could prove it. I'm just a witness. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird. Well, I mean, the bridge guy looks like everybody. I think it's Ron Logan. Yeah, me too, but who knows? You know, it's kind of shit that Richard Allen, I think, was doing, being very proactive about everything. And that, I think the same thing goes with his confessions. Proactive confession, trying to mislead people, right? Wait a minute, they weren't shot in the back. I don't know. Did he have other victims possibly? Or is he just being proactive again? I'm lying proactively. I know that. But if I confess to you and I tell you that I shot them in the back, knowing damn well that that didn't happen, some folks might look at that and say, well, he's obviously innocent because I will trick them into thinking that. He still thinks he's going to get off with this. The same thing that told him that he could get away with it in the beginning that caused him to commit this murder is the same thing that's telling him right now that he can get off if he's guilty. What's up, Don Spain? Good to see you, my guy. Good, Squirrel. Good. What up, Queen? Yep, family's good. Everything's good on my end. We are doing great. Maintaining, holding it down. We'll be on channel 2 also a little bit later. We're going to be looking at the Governor Whitmore FBI plot to frame Trump supporters for kidnapping her. So if you guys are interested in that kind of political discussion, we will be talking about Governor Whitmore's attempted kidnapping that was created by the FBI to blame it on Trump supporters and militia members. So if that's something that might interest you, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, channel Chan 2. What's up, Cindy? True Crime Time. V. Marie. Sleuth Crew General in the building. Queen, this is kind of an impromptu. I didn't really have anything planned for today. I'm mainly doing yard work, exercise, things like that, working on my website. Websites? It's really not the easiest thing to do is building a website, a complex website, but we're getting it done. We are getting it done. We'll learn as we go. Oh no, Whitmore again. Yeah, I really want to talk about that on the other channel. Oh, there's the link. Thank you, V. What's up, Brad, from Outside of the Grid? Great podcast. Great guy, too. Yep, Hannah, exactly. So I pulled as much content as I could find on it, tried to map out the timeline, did my own little digging. So hopefully we can tell that story properly, but it definitely was 100% created by the FBI. They try to take advantage of these folks like militia members. They come in there, become friends, act like, they're a Trump supporter, try to get these folks to do a lot of stuff with explosives and, things that they normally wouldn't do, kind of like the World Trade Center bombing. I think it was in 1993. Very similar case. FBI got a hold of somebody who was expressing terroristic tendencies, and they just get involved and they kind of give them a little push, like, oh, here's some explosives, here's a game plan, here's a good time to do it, and they just give them a little push, and then they have mainstream media go ahead and set the narrative, and then it's all snowball down the hill effect from there. It's really scary. I'm glad they caught this one. Hey, what's up, Jesse Stoss? Just wanted to mention I really like the point you made when you said that people were confusing incompetence for corruption in law enforcement. Delphi never saw such a thing. Exactly. You can't be too harsh on these folks. They want to do a good job, and if they get a conviction with Richard Allen, if you look at it overall, they did do a good job. They may have overlooked Richard Allen in the beginning, and maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't have anything. But them working side by side with the FBI to get the information on Anthony Shots. They got Keegan Kline off the streets through the Delphi investigation. Nobody congratulated them on that. I mean, we're talking about a sick dude. This is somebody who is sextorting over 50 children a day. We're talking about 2 phones in each hand. And then everything that he was able to, I don't know, it was like nude farming or something. And he would take everything that he gathered, all the pictures and all the images, and he would, I believe, sell them online through what is called a mega link or a wicker link. So they create these highly What's the word? Is it embedded? Encrypted, sorry. Probably embedded and encrypted. Highly encrypted links. You pay the fee, and then you're the only one that now has access to that link. And once you click the link, it'll have hundreds of CSAM and things like that. So I think that the relationship between Richard Allen, although it could have something to do with the Dropbox and all of the CSAM, I think they're much more closer. They're on a first name basis. These guys. What's up, Heather Marie? Witchcraft, yours, Frank Meister. Oh well, good luck. Good luck to your grandson. Tell him to kick some ass, and don't sprain your ankle. Hey, what's up, Ruckus? Good to see you. Farmer, what up? Hey, man, I waited. I waited for you. You know, I can only wait so long, but I tried. Shout out to Boston. What's up, Priscilla? Cynthia De La Fuente. What's up? How you guys doing on this fine Tuesday? It's already April 23rd, 2024. I hate how we as humans map out calendars and we got all these clocks and shit. I hate that. Shelly, you mean like Jan 6th? No, this was much worse than January 6th. This was different. Similar, yeah. I believe some of that did happen in January 6th. What was his name? Epps? With that guy, yeah. He's from Phoenix, actually. I should try to interview him. I think he lives about 5 miles from me. Got a slap on the wrist. But yeah, similar, but this is a lot worse. This is it makes you wonder, you know, like with the Boston bombing and all of that. Did you have FBI agents kind of helping like push them over that gray area? Silas, what's up? Not feeling great. Oh no, you got the C. You got the Kung flu. I hope you feel better. Remember lots of water. Make sure you go out and get some sunlight. That helped me a lot. Water, sunlight, and just keep a real close eye on your temperature. Should be good. Get that vitamin D. Hey, what's up, Sensei? I say we hit him.
We do not train to be merciful here. Mercy is for the weak. Here, on the street, in competition.
Yes, Sensei. Excuse me. Hey, what's up, Kit Kat? What? Hey, Sleuth. I said hi to you the other day, but another sleuth answered back. Hey, there's only one sleuth intuition. But you can call me Pat. Patty Cakes, Patrick, Patricio, whatever. Hey, what's up, Phil? Word is bond, like Phil. Yeah, Farmer, I don't like that. It's like it's always in the back of your mind, like death, like the Grim Reaper. What's that movie where their time is like stamped on their arm and you can see it running out? I mean, that's pretty realistic if you think about it. Yeah, I'll keep my comments to myself on that. Well, at least we'll save it for channel 2. Yeah, V. I mean, I feel like they just arrested Richard Allen. I mean, that was back in October of 2022. Still no trial. You're telling me this guy wants to go to trial? I've never seen something delayed so much. You think he would want to stop being tortured? Stop torturing me. Get me into this trial so I can go free. Yeah, Frederica. The way I look at it is it's a slow process, like getting back in shape. You know, if you want to start running, take a couple walks, start eating healthy. You know, go walking every morning for a month and then maybe try to do like a little bit of running and walking. Baby steps, small weights. Like I started with these little tiny weights. Now I feel great. You know, started doing 10 push ups. Now we'll knock out 3 sets of 50. But I had to build up to that. Good to see you, Wanda. Good. I mean, my garden loves the sun. I'm going to put out another garden video for you members. Oh, the tomatoes are crazy. Huge. The wet market summer sniffles. I don't think it came from a wet market. But what do I know? Zinc, yeah, zinc on the daily. It's really good for you. Hey, Beach Fairy. Hey, all. Just saw a video from a couple weeks ago of a guy charging cops with a katana. I've seen a couple videos like that. That's not smart. I mean, you could probably cut a man in half with a legit katana sword. Way of the fist. We do not train to be merciful in this dojo. Indy is good. He's learning. He's still being a little pest sometimes. He likes to chew up things into like a million little pieces. But other than that, he's good. He's just a love dog. He likes going for car rides. And we're planning a camping trip. We're going to take all the pups with us. So, Pateo, Pato, the duck. Hey, Candace. It's Patty. Yeah, all my old friends call me Patty Cake. Patty Cakes. It's a cool movie, Big Fish. Existential crisis about time. Is that what's happening? Beach Fairy says, I've become more anxious about time lately, realizing when everyone said about time going faster when you get older is true, and worrying I'm wasting time. Well, you need to try to live in the now. Like you definitely want to set goals and plan for the future, but you don't want to live in the future and you don't want to live in the past. You want to learn from the past, plan for the future, and live in the now. Yeah, I mean, I'm in my 40s and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what happened? Like, I still feel like I'm 20. Very strange. Yeah, and I don't want to be 60, 70 years old going, damn, like, get my second wind and I'm can't even really move my legs, you know? So I think right around 40 is a good time to get your shit together. Renew your efforts to yourself, physicality and getting back in shape and eating healthy. Cutting out alcohol. Like it's very rare that I drink. Definitely no hard shit. I might have a shot or something if I go out with my wife or something, might have a drink. But I mean, I used to drink a lot when I was younger. I could kill 2 bottles of Jack Daniels and it felt like nothing was even I didn't even drink anything. But I guarantee my liver felt it. So yeah, cut that shit out. And another thing that helped was changing my diet. I eat a lot of fruit, vegetables, heart healthy food. It'll change your life. If you put in a good solid month of effort, you'll see something. You'll see results right away. And then you'll be addicted. Jesse says, I love gardening. Sucks growing season is short in Northeast Pennsylvania. I'm just turning over my gardening now and planting next week tomatoes until August and September. Yeah, you guys have a strange calendar because a lot of things you can't plant when it's under 32 degrees. It'll just kill everything. So maybe try to figure out a greenhouse situation. That's what I would do. And you could probably set something up like that fairly cheap. Some PVC pipes and some plastic that you can roll out. That Dexter shit. It's pretty cheap. You can order that on Amazon. Oh yeah, that's real. Like me and my wife are trying to have a baby right now. So wish us luck, guys. It's another reason I want to make sure I'm completely clean. 30 to 40 was the fastest decade of my life. Yeah, the older you get, the faster it goes. Right, Sensei? Thank you, V. Yep, the older you get, the faster it goes. I mean, there's times I just ignore my birthday. Like, whatever. Well, I just remember being a little whippersnapper and looking up at my aunts and my uncles and everybody and thinking, man, you guys are 30? You're turning 30? Thinking that that was so old. And then I blinked my eyes and I was 30. So the way I look at it is we don't have a whole lot of time. You don't want to spend your time being like a negative person and feeding the beast. There really is a magic on the other side, and you can't explain it to anybody. When you feel it in that power, it's incredible. It'll change your life. So when you care about God more than you care about pleasure, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you don't understand that, don't beat yourself up about it, because eventually if you keep fighting and keep searching for that answer, you'll find it. I did. Sleuth, have you seen the lawsuit about the Prime drink? No. Prime, that's Jake Paul's, or no, Logan Paul, right? I don't know a whole lot about that. Wait, does it have something to do with Ryan Garcia, the boxer? Because I know I saw a video with him where he was talking shit about Prime, saying that it was hurtful to people and stuff like that. Some of the chemicals. Thank you, Beach Fairy. That's another reason, like, I can't be one of these fat, middle-aged men, and have a new baby. Because, man, it's not easy raising a kid. You have to have so much energy. You have to be ready for the unexpected. Shit you weren't even planning for will just happen out of nowhere. The most random shit. It's the best way I can explain for it. Thank you, Frederica. Yeah, I want a boy. I need some testosterone around this place. Everything's girlified. Hey, Doris. Sparky, eyes on the wheel. Or eyes on the road. Not on the wheel. Don't look at the wheel. Look at through the windshield. Here, let's do a road check.
Vincent, give me all you got!
I swear, me and my brother.
It's a wake-up call. Thank you, Frederica. I really enjoyed my 30s. You really start to humble yourself through your 30s. And the knowledge starts to sink in a little bit. Start to learn from all your mistakes finally. Start weeding out like toxic people from your life. 30 is a good time for growth, personal growth. And then 40s, you get to kind of bask in it, kind of wallow in the great choices you made through your 30s. Like investments, investing money in your 30s is important. Hey, what's up, Grunge Truck? 40 to 50 goes even faster. That's what I heard. Oh, really? 3 toxicology tests on it, and it has 3 times the lifetime amount of forever chemicals in one bottle. Why you think they would test that shit from the beginning? Damn, that could end their whole little reign there on social media. Yep, manifest. Anything's possible. I just feel like we're born with all this power, all this spiritual power and power of manifestation, and people that are in charge and running the world, they want to hide that from you. So when you get spiritual protection from God, they can't hide it anymore. And you start slowly crawling your way out of it. Moving yourself is the best way. Thank you, Justice. Good to see you. From a 2-girl household. Both me and my sis had boys. 4 of them, laugh out loud. Now my parents want girls again. Can't win, huh? Well, we're getting ready to purchase a bunch of land. We're going to try to escape the city. We both work from home, and hopefully I can do YouTube full time. And then you guys will see a lot of videos of me like building up our ranch and all that shit. So we plan to buy land. We're going to build a home. We're going to have horses and all that shit. So we've been planning this for a really long time. We just got to wait till the girls are old enough. But yeah, it'll be fun making videos, a little homestead video. Kind of living off the grid, so to speak. Can't wait. Jesse says your 20s are for fucking around and finding. Actually, fuck, that time was before I was 18. I had 13 felonies before I was 16 years old. Stealing cars, running away, gang activity, and football saved my life. So if you guys have troubled teens, put them in football. That's all they need. Something to do, get that aggression out, and then they could run with that gang. You know, it's still gang activity. It really is. Except nobody's getting stabbed. Saw a guy get stabbed in the hand with a screwdriver one time. I was a little kid. I was 13. I was running around with these 17, 18, 19-year-old gang members, and I went with them to steal a Mercedes Benz. They had some kind of special key for it. And sure enough, the owner came running out. And the guy, I was in the back seat, and in the passenger seat was this guy, and the guy came out with a screwdriver like this, and he put his hand up, and it went right all the way through his hand. I've seen it all, guys. Before the age of 18, I've seen it all. Hey, Yankee. Good to see you. Yeah, I was out of control, Beach Fairy. Out of control. Ran away from home twice in 1 year. Both times involved a stolen vehicle. Second time involved multiple stolen vehicles. And like 12 grand in restitution or something like that. I'll have to, it's been a long time since I talked to my mom about it. But yeah, put my parents through hell. That's why I try to help young kids all the time. Like, you can make it out. Like, a lot of my friends are dead. Drug overdoses. I had another friend who died in jail mysteriously. A couple friends that I grew up with were murdered. We raise our chickens for meat, get hooked up with other homesteaders to trade produce. Yeah, that's what we plan to do. I'm learning how to dig a well right now. It is very difficult, Saska. I don't know about 53. I'm not there yet, but I know it's baby steps. You know, if it's hard for you to walk, just sit up a whole bunch. You know, get up, sit down, get up, sit down, get up, sit down, get up, sit down. I remember when I was really out of shape, I used to just stand there and I would move my arms left to right while bringing up my knees one at a time. And I would do that for like 5 minutes. And then the next day, I might do a little more. Then the next day, more every day. Before you know it, you're walking every morning, lifting weights, riding bikes. You have all this energy. Oh, that's awesome, V. I used to go to raves. Oh, I used to love raves because I was a DJ and a rapper, and I was moving with the underground hip hop scene that was moving around Phoenix, Arizona, and Tempe, Arizona. And man, I used to love all the different DJs that would come. I was really into all that stuff. I didn't really do like psychedelics. I mean, from time to time I would. Like I didn't do it for the drugs or any of that. I did it more for the music. I used to break dance and stuff. So I went for the girls and the music. Yeah, Frederica. I mean, I was just going in the wrong direction. When I was a little kid, like I'm talking little, I just had one of my neighbor friends. He was a young kid, but he was into like all this advanced stuff, like hip hop music. Too Short got me into Bob Marley, lowrider bikes and lowriders and all that stuff. And just from there, I just got, it's that Chicano culture. That's just how it is. Yeah, I'm learning how. I'm a self doer. I believe what one man can do, another can do. I think there's limits. Like, of course, you can't build an atomic bomb, but Jack Parsons couldn't build an atomic bomb either. He needed a lot of help, and he was a genius. You just have to have vision and a no quit attitude. That's kind of where I'm at with my website. Yeah, well, I was a freak back then. I was a vegan when I was like 17, 18, 19, all the way to like 21. I just trained all the time. I was sparring, I was fighting. Um, I ran 3 miles every morning. I wish I wish I could do that now. There's no stress relief like a long run. Last time I tried to run, I felt this weird pain in my back. So I'm not quite ready yet. Need to drop maybe 10 more pounds and we'll give it another try. You ever heard the M.P Jamaican rapper? No. He's damn good. I'll check him out. M.P. Yeah, I'm really into like reggae and stuff. I had a lot of Rastafarian friends growing up. A lot of dreadlock Rastas. Oh yeah, I lived my life, Jesse. I got it all out of my system as a young person. I just thank God that I survived. I mean, I was a reckless driver. I was constantly getting in fights. I was the kind of person who would get out in the middle of an intersection and throw blows. Didn't care. Oh, are you in Germany, Kirsten? Shout out to Germany. We got plenty of room for you over here. I missed my first record store day last week. Oh, I have records. I love records. I used to have I have some turntables. They're in the garage. Not that good, but I used to have two Technique 1200s. Yeah. Pretty good. Especially at scratching. Yeah, Saska, that's the way I look at it. Youth is vanity. Like you're very vain. Everything is, look at me, look what I can do. I have so much energy. And then as you get older, you're humbled. There's a master plan to it. Yeah, Beach Fairy. And I'm telling you guys, all of you atheists and agnostic people out there, I'm telling you, when you see somebody living a good life, it's because of their faith in God. And I don't want to seem like a weird person, right? Because I'm not a Bible thumper. But I'm telling you, the main ingredient for a stress-free, happy life, it all starts with God. Jesus Christ specifically. And you don't have to be like all brimstone and fire and revelations and, you know, I don't believe that the Bible is, the word of God. I believe that it's more like a roadmap. Some people get lost. They don't have a father or mother in their life that told them, "Hey, look, I'm going to plant this seed in you and one day it's going to blossom and your faith will be strong." Not everybody has that. Humanimal, runs are relaxing but hurt my knees. Have to build up again. Anyway, I have Yongo back. What's that? Sleep. Bye, everyone. Oh, good night, Humanimal. It's always good to see you. Another good YouTuber. Well, shout out to Germany. Come to the US. Red Rover, send Kirsten on over. My dad was into a lot of that, fighting, etc. So I was raised in a F bubble. Went too far trying to keep me on the right path. Yeah, I kept my oldest pretty sheltered, but I'm thankful I let go of the reins at the right time. Yeah, walking in place. Walk in place, lift your knees, sit up, sit down, sit up, sit down. Lay on your back and just bring your knees up to your stomach one at a time. Do whatever you can. Just keep moving. Yeah, Witchcraft Vinyls. I got a record player right here. I have Creedence Clearwater Revival. I think that's what's in here. Let me see. Yeah, this looks like Creedence. This is their Chronicle album. Yeah, but I like classic rock a lot. Old school hip hop, reggae. Yeah, 1200. 1200's probably the best. Yeah, there's nothing like it, Yankee. And there's no way to market it or sell it or convince folks. Because even I didn't really know. I knew what I was searching for and what I was fighting for. I just didn't know what it was like. I didn't know the strength. The strength to do what you know is right. Sometimes you're going through life and you slip and fall and you do things that you don't want to do. You get angry one day and then the rest of the day you're just filled with regret. Stuff like that just goes away. I think weird is okay. Justice. I prefer weird over being part of some weird mob, that mob mentality where truth doesn't exist. It's just a consensus. Stay pressed, Delulu Vicious. Tailored and pressed. What's up? Welcome in. Nothing like the 80s. Being a child under Reagan. See, that's the problem. The thing is, this is what's going on in America right now. So, a long time ago during like reefer madness, you had all these young people who would look up at all these folks who were telling them, don't smoke marijuana, don't do this, don't do that. They're all wearing ties, and these young people are wearing the latest fashion. Well, the young folks will look up at these folks and say, hey, one day we will be wearing the ties. We will be making all the rules. We will be in positions of power, part of the government, and we'll be voting on legalizing marijuana. So that scares me. The young people back then were saying, well, marijuana isn't that harmful. Now here we are, it's legal. Now the young kids today, look at all the liberal weird shit that they're talking about. They are telling us what to expect in the future if we don't get shit under control. Say what? CCR belongs to my first music experience. I like the Eagles too. I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
We don't roll on Shomer Shabbos. Yep, ego and delusion is a crazy thing. That ego. It'll take you out in deep water and put some iron shoes on you if you're not careful. Here, you want some flippers? They're made out of iron, though. See, I don't believe in all that, CJK. And it's okay if you do. I just don't. Yep, that's true. Beachberry says, hard to find faith when raised completely out of it or against it. Yeah, and you can be born in hell and against the odds. Everyone around you believing in nothing, if that makes sense. I have a lot of respect for people with faith. Well, the problem is that people, they love pleasure. They love it. They love it more than God. And that's the main problem in the world today. If you look at any issue, any of the main issues that we're faced with in today's times, it all has to do with fear of God and love of pleasure. 100%. It is that simple. We got Delphi under control. What do you mean by that? When was it out of control? Jesse, you get whatever you put out into the universe. I agree with that. Negativity and toxicity brings bad juju. Being positive and kind, compassionate, life is good. I don't want the karmic debt of child murderers. Well, it's not only that. I mean, it's scientific. They've proven it. If you, we're pretty much built of water. And if you shout negative things to water, you'll see that it becomes like a darker color. The crystals under the microscope become kind of uneven and a little bit misshaped. But if you give the same glass of water or ice crystals or anything like that positive reinforcement, they'll shine, they'll become clear, they'll become beautiful, like snowflake looking things. So, I mean, it's proven. Negativity is a real thing. It's a real weapon. It can do some real harm. Most Delphi creators delusional and ego driven, desperate for validation. Look at Bob Mata. I don't know about Bob. I mean, the others, when it comes to Bob, I expect him to do what he's doing. I don't I don't look at Bob the same as these other folks. You know, he's walking into the arena and he says, "Look, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spit out only defense BS because that's who I am. That's why I'm here." So then he goes, "You guys all got that? Did you write that down? Okay, I need you to write it down because when I start spitting out this BS, I need you to know that it's all in support of a defense stance. The defense team who is backing Richard Allen. They don't care about Richard Allen. It's game time. They're there to win. So I don't hold anything against him because he didn't misrepresent who he was and where he was coming from. It's the people who are buying into the bullshit who eventually will have to take responsibility. Same goes for Andy Baldwin and Rosie. I expect them to do what they're doing. The one thing that I was shocked with is fools who are eating it up. You know, they're like sucking it up with a straw. It's like an alcoholic with a broken bottle of rum on the ground. They're licking the tile. That's what is more shocking. So I don't have any issue with Bob whatsoever. I expect him to do what he's doing. He's doing what Baldwin and Rosie are doing. He's feeding the rats. He's the Pied Piper. Who do you blame? The Pied Piper or the rats under the spell? I guess you're around 10 years older than my son and was a late mom. Children can hold you young if you want. I hope. I'm working on getting all my energy back. I've had cancer, surgery, radiation, and broken back. And now fighting cancer again. I'm thankful for every day I'm given. Life is good. May it be a testimony to all to never lose faith. Thank you, Wanda. We're praying for you. You know we're here for you. Same in content creation as it is in life. If you're only focused on yourself and your own ego, more concerned with being right than learning, you're doing it all wrong. Well, I just don't understand. I mean, compared to the great minds of the world, I mean, we're all retarded. And I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. I mean, we're all slowed compared to these great minds. So I don't, what are you trying to prove as a content creator, that you're smarter than the other 12 folks that are getting attention? Okay, good. Good for you. Me too, Beach Fairy. I like learning new things. And I'm not afraid to try new things. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, yeah, I was a wild kid. I was a wild kid. 13-year-old kid running around, weapons, brass knuckles, throwing gang signs, getting in fights on other sides of the city, hearing gunshots whiz by my head. So stupid. I don't know, CJ. I don't think you make it seem as if the Bible created God. I don't think people need a Bible to know who Jesus Christ is. But I think some do. I think that's why we have it. It's a roadmap, in my opinion. Stay pressed, Delulu Bicious. Is that like delusional Bicious? They fight over who has more views. Yeah, I heard a content creator one time. What did he say? And I don't know if this is a direct quote, but I only covered Delphi because if I covered any other stories, nobody would watch my videos. I actually heard somebody say that. I'm not going to bring any attention to any of these other cases because nobody will watch. Well, yeah, maybe not 1,000, but you're going to get at least, well, you might even get 1,000. And that will be even 50 would be good. You know, I don't know. It's just, I don't know how to explain that. To say I only covered Delphi, you're basically admitting that you're only covering the Delphi case because it gets a lot of attention. CJ says, just my opinion. Baldwin is dirty. Again, my opinion. I think you have to be a little dirty to be a defense attorney. You have to play moral gymnastics. You know, you got to lie to you got to be, I call it a surfing the denial wave. Anything that keeps pushing that denial wave, which in turn enables you to surf further towards your cause, you know, anything. So you step in there automatically, and if your client is telling you, well, I'm innocent, man, I swear they're setting me up. All right, that's the beginning of your denial wave. You're like, okay, yeah. You make the conscious choice to believe this person because you're going to have an uphill battle if you don't believe your client. So you just hit the switch. All right, I believe him. Let's go surfing. What else we got? Odinism. Ooh, that's a good one. Now the wave's starting to turn into a tunnel. It's a good point. If there are no bad people, there would be no good lawyers. I don't know. It's kind of a paradigm. Say what? Since Richard Allen's trial is not televised, have to line up very early to get in the room. Are you going in there? I still think it will be televised because they went through a whole lot of this kind of BS, and then eventually that hearing was televised, where the shit hit the fan. And remember, when this all started, Judge Gold was all for letting Baldwin and Rosie have their way. Remember, they were the ones that requested the cameras to be in the courtroom to begin with. They were creating a facade. This facade was like, hey, we've uncovered through our investigation the real killers, and we want this to be publicized so you guys can see how innocent it is. We don't want to be railroaded. It's going to be on TV. Gold made that happen. Right? This could have been so different. Stay Pressed says, and they come up with ridiculous and vicious lies about the families. Yeah, that's a very upsetting thing. Because when I first came into true crime, I would say a lot of similar shit. I'd be like, well, look at the statistics. 90% of crimes like this are committed by family, friends, or neighbors. Just because it's a true statement doesn't mean that's what's going on in this case or this instance. So that's what the whole straw man is about. You build the straw man over there, and then you sick the mob on him. You know, so while they're over there tearing the straw out of this dummy, they can operate over here in secrecy. Yeah, Kirsten, I think you're born with it. It's in your heart. It's there. It's right there. It's just sometimes it's like a ship lost at sea, you know, in pitch dark. You can't see anything. And then you look in the distance and you see this light. It's kind of spiraling. That's the light. You need to go to that light. That light's already in you. But I think the Bible will help you get there. Because that's one thing that I like is a lot of these intellectual types. They'll go in, well, I need to know what I'm talking about, so I'm going to go ahead and read the Bible, which I've read multiple times myself through my lifetime. And they'll read it, and they'll, at the end, their lives are changed. Yeah, Rain Dancer. It's like with politics, the more people fight and rather they vote and contain the system. Yeah, a lot of these hard topics like abortion and things like that. People ask me, well, what are your stances on that? I say it's none of your business. I do my arguing in the voting booth. You can't take my vote away and you can't change my vote. I'll go argue in there. I'll vote for the people who have the same values and beliefs as me. And sometimes they lie. Like there's nothing worse than a rhino Republican, in my opinion. Talking about they're going to do with their channels after Delphi because that's why they made a channel and all they covered. Yeah, if they really don't care, they'll just go away. Stay Press says you have to be ruthless. I'm an attorney, but not defense. Yeah, it's a ruthless place because you know your enemies and your rivals are going to be ruthless, cutthroat. You have to be a killer, stone cold killer, and that's who these folks are. But so is Goal, so is Nick. It's all a bunch of cutthroat killers in there. And I mean, I'm almost certain that Richard Allen is a guilty person. Anybody that's been following this case, we know what the hell is going on. Law enforcement's been looking for this one piece. Come across Richard Allen, and guess what they find? They found that one piece. And that is the bullet. You don't hear any of the defense. That's the first thing they try to get rid of was the bullet. And that's the main reason that they will not go into that courtroom for a trial. When they show you all of the comparisons from the other search warrants, and then they show you Richard Allen's, and the defense will try to tell you, or Richard Allen supporters, oh, well, the corrupt police, they planted it there. Holman, look, he's a corrupt officer. Nobody's buying that. Just because you're dumb enough to believe that stupid shit doesn't mean you have to gaslight the rest of the world to believe that, because it is utterly ridiculous. If you just sit down, give yourself a few minutes, say it out loud, and think about what you're saying. They've been searching for this guy for 6 years, but in order to get away with framing a man, they plant the bullet on the 14th or exchange it in the evidence room or the laboratory, wherever it's at, only to make an arrest 6 years later. Fucking brilliant. Just take a few moments and think about that. That you're most likely rooting and fighting and for a person who killed 2 young girls. That bullet evidence is huge. How do you explain that? Holman said they picked it up on the 14th and it went straight to a laboratory. Richard Allen's going down. They know he's guilty. They know he had something to do with this murder. They know it. They know it for a fact. Whether somebody took his gun or whatever, he knows about it. And I bet you right now, Keegan Kline knew exactly who Richard Allen is before this crime happened. I'm almost 99.9% sure we will be hearing about Keegan Kline in the next couple weeks. And when we do, That's when the plea bargain will come. Beach Fairies, yeah, I don't know. No one can be so certain of his innocence. That's just madness. None of us know anything for sure. When it comes to the bullet, I think that that's enough. That is huge. Dude, we ran your gun through a scientific test and proved that this bullet was cycled through your gun. Even Brad Weber had a 40 caliber Sig Sauer. They tested that. Wasn't even close. Maxwell Search 40 caliber firearm, not even close. Richard Allen, exact match. That will be the nail in the coffin. What do you mean, Kirsten? Thank you, Beach Fairy. This will probably be our 15-minute warning here. Yeah, if you guys want to go check out my new website, sleuthintuition.com, the shop is open now. You can make orders. We have this hat and a Sleuth Crew t-shirt now, and I have a couple black and white t-shirts that are coming with the Sleuth Intuition logo on them. So if we can move those out of the store quick enough, I think we'll get a big box of hoodies. We'll give a couple of them out too. We'll do a raffle. The Bible is a great book. Well, he used to be a public defender. He knows Gull personally. He's friends with her on Facebook. And the only reason he ever, I mean, how long's he been working in that position? And he's never heard of Odinism before or any criminals who had ties to some type of Odinite gang. And then the way he lied, it is really scary. And he has his eyes like this. Like, nobody believes you, dude. 2 weeks later, he was sitting in a contempt hearing thinking he's about to be the lawyer for this guy. Of course, he's going to say he thinks he's not guilty. And that all this Odinism stuff is really scary. Telling you guys, Richard Allen is going down for murder because of that unspent bullet. That shit is huge. How do you explain that? Don't tell me corrupt cops put it there because that's fucking stupid. Does corruption happen? Do setups happen? Yes, but that is a very serious offense. And you got to have serious evidence for something like that. What's up, Charlotte? Kagan is, I don't know if he's on the supplemental witness list. I think he is. But his interview was at Grissom was in the discovery. So he will be brought up in the trial. He's on there. He's in the discovery. Why would he be in the discovery? Why would they take him out of prison into Grissom to talk about the Delphi case? I keep asking what makes Richard Allen so special that he's too good for state prison in spite of the charges and likelihood of guilt. Shall we house him in Hickton or Marriott? Well, I think they want to put him in county jail. And that's what you typically do when you're waiting trial for murder. But when it comes to Richard Allen, not only is it high profile, but he also made statements about taking his own life. Same thing happened with Rex Heuermann for a little while. He was under some special treatment because he was under suicide watch. And I guarantee you, Richard Allen will try to kill himself the first opportunity he gets. He does not want to face this. He believes he can get away. That's the part I'm confused on, Kirsten. Yeah, all these confessions. Yet Baldwin and Rosie only want to leak the one where he says he shot the girls in the back. Because that's the denial wave, right? That keeps feeding the denial wave. And Richard Allen, they're very happy to accept that from Richard Allen. Anything that feeds into their denial, please give it to us. We need fuel, denial fuel, in order to further this case. So when Richard Allen takes his proactive approach, like, oh, I didn't shoot those girls. Well, you know damn well by now that that's not what happened to them. So why are you still saying that? So to me, that just proves what he's doing. Either that or he has other victims. Maybe he did shoot somebody in the back. Yep, we're going to do another spin that wheel, but it'll be a public one. It won't be just for members. Thank you, Farmer. Yeah, so once we get our hands on some good hoodies, I think we'll give away at least 2 of them. Blind Squirrel, even the gunpowder in the bullet tells a possession story. Word is that there is DNA, but they're not saying on what or on who. Well, what I think is Richard Allen used that water to his advantage. So I think they have DNA. It's not enough to prove that it belongs to Richard Allen, but it's enough to prove that it could. So that will eliminate, I don't know, like probably at least almost 13 billion people. Yeah, that's the alarming part. And Beach Fairy, that's a testament to the darkness that we face every day. The only reason people are supporting Richard Allen, knowing damn well that they have a match to that bullet, that he looks like the bridge guy, is darkness in their heart. They would love to get an actual guilty person off. That's why they hate law enforcement. I'm not a huge law enforcement supporter because I believe in the rule 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10, no matter what you do, is going to be bad or corrupt. But I know that we need law enforcement for justice in this case and in every case. And these investigators are doing a lot better job. Just because you can't see everything that's going on, like some folks will say, well, it looks like investigators are doing this or law enforcement did that. Did you even look to see if they did it or not? You're so lazy that you won't even do your own investigation to see if they made that call or if they did these certain things. You just say, well, they should have done this, they should have done that. Well, they probably did. You, first of all, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And you haven't even taken 2 minutes to do your own investigation. You're just a talking head. That's all you are. You're not even good at looking for factual information because you're not interested in it at all. I think a lot of these folks who are supporting Richard Allen are more in it for the camaraderie. They're part of this group. They're part of this echo chamber. It's very cult-like. And they eat their own, which is fun to watch. Yeah, it's ignorant. I don't even know what to call it. It's very frustrating, but I'm getting sick of it. everybody on YouTube saying, well, they should have done this and why didn't they do that? Well, they most likely did, you fucking moron. And I'm not the sharpest tool in the box by any means. But come on, guys, you can't come out in public and start accusing, what is it? ISP, Carroll County Sheriff's Office, Delphi City Police, the prosecution. They're all in on some Masonic conspiracy. Well, what's your proof? Well, I have this photo here. Nick went to a Masonic lodge that Brad Holder went to on separate occasions. Boom, smoking gun. Yeah, the timeline in that bullet. And then also, I think we're going to learn a lot more about the geocaching and what was going on with Richard Allen's phone. So that should be interesting. Hey, this account, how you doing? Rain Dancer says, I fear more that they will try to declare that he was in a psychotic state. I don't think so, because he came forward the next day. They're not going for that. What they're going for is a delay tactic. They're going to try to find him incompetent to face trial. And usually that's why you see the feces stuff during a fake attempt like this, or even a real one. But usually that's the outcome. So he won't be able to face trial. So that'll create a delay. And then they'll check him out again. They'll have him meet with doctors. And then once they clear him, then we'll have our trial, which then will most likely be the plea. But they're definitely going for a delay. It's a delay tactic. Because the judge isn't a doctor. All she hears is the dude's eating his own shit. She's like, well, he obviously can't stand trial. She's not a doctor. What she's telling the court is we need to bring in some doctors before we can continue. The dude is eating his own shit and pissing on paper and eating it. Yep, suicide risk. If you unlock Richard Allen and hand him a pen, I believe the first thing he'll do is stick it in his throat. It's happened enough to know that they need to keep him secured. Trust me, there's been enough inmates who have taken their own lives facing murder charges. And usually it happens in jail. That's why he's not in jail. People are like, we support Richard Allen. Let's put him back in county jail where he can hurt himself and others can get to him because I care about him. He's innocent. So stupid. I hope McClellan... No, he's not changing anything. There is no change in his strategy. The reason that the defense is so panicked right now is for that very purpose. He's just waiting patiently. If they're going to keep delaying the trial, he's just going to keep preparing. Prosecution didn't create the leak. I believe that there was a leak prior to that, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the leak from Baldwin's office. He didn't create that. After they had agreed on the gag order, before it was finalized, you had the defense team put out a media, I don't know what you want to call it. It was like a quick report calling Richard Allen innocent. So immediately after having the conversation about we're going to put everything under a gag, just momentarily, because we believe others are involved. And I think the defense is smart. If they're defending their guy, they should be doing things like that. They should be taking chances. So once again, I don't fault them. And you have to have a level of sleaziness, I think, to be a defense attorney. No judgment, right? We're not all perfect. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. I think you have to be a little dirty. Oh, for sure, this account. When I had my first child, I felt it. I've never felt anything like it. Yeah, Rain Dancer. And it also makes him look guilty, right? It makes him look like a crazy SOB. Like, what if you were going crazy at that time? And if you go watch my video titled The Catalyst, it talks about everything that Richard Allen was going through. His only daughter was leaving, moved out of the house in 2016 with her new boyfriend. That'd be hard for a father with an only with one child who is a daughter. That'd be tough. The financial burden. And then right after that happens, your brother-in-law dies in a horrible accident. And then your wife kind of checks out, you know, she's dealing with those struggles. And if you're a selfish, narcissistic psychopath, that's going to have an extreme effect on you. So the Richard Allen that we're seeing now, who's playing with his poop, peeing on everything, acting like a crazy person, and he might be crazy. Is that what Abby and Libby were dealing with that day? That could be a good explanation, especially from what we heard from Robert Ives. He said, man, we just couldn't figure out the motive. We don't know what the hell's going on here. Because you got a psychopath running around killing two girls and panicking about trying to get away with it. And if you're out of your mind, you're going to be doing a lot of weird shit in the middle of the day. He might have just gotten lucky that nobody saw him. Jesse says a pagan white supremacist cult butchered two white teenage girls in broad daylight, and the perfect guy to frame is a alcoholic that develops photos at CVS. I don't know. Maybe he is the perfect patsy. I just don't know how they saw that in 2014. Hindsight is 2020, but this means that they already picked him, had the crime planned out, committed the crime, and then planted the bullet. There's nothing more ridiculous. I mean, if you just say it out loud, it just sounds horrible. And these people are dying on that shield. I'll leave them to it. Because they're only projecting who they are in the darkness that's in their own hearts. That's the way I see it, guys. Never, Jamie. Never. I told you this from the beginning, Jamie. We stand alone here. We don't need anybody. We just need the crew. We don't need to join any online groups. We don't need to be like, hey, we're rolling with these people. We can stand alone. We don't need anybody. Try fucking with that. And eventually we're going to have the website up. We'll be streaming directly from there. I mean, we'll be unstoppable. Good to see you, Jamie. All right, guys. This is all the time that I have for you today. Let me just catch up on some of the folks that I missed. What's up, Brian? About other arrests, when are they going to bring those people to justice? And what happened to the young guy that they said in 2019 at a press conference that he was responsible? You mean Richard Allen? Richard Allen is the young guy. He's the young guy sketch. If you put Richard Allen on the bridge, take off his face covering, take off the hood, and have him put his head up like this with the light shining exactly how it was on that day, he looks like a younger person. But the second he puts his head down, you see the double chin, you see the age. But in a certain light, and when you're not supposed to remember, you're just walking. Why are you going to remember some random guy? You're not. Yeah, so is the sentencing, Kirsten. Like I know in a lot of European countries, they'll commit a murder and they'll get sentenced to like 14 years. Maybe they don't have a whole lot of repeat offenders. Stephanie says, I think he'll be held in county jail during trial. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. It's just right now they got to keep an eye on him. And that's why they got inmates watching him too. State Press says defense lawyers are like personal injury attorneys, tainted with sleaze. Ambulance chasers. Thanks, Rain Dancer. I like having you. Blind says Baldwin and Rosie attorneys at law and radiator repair. Best places to take a leak. Oh, man. Ooh. It's pretty good. But this is the way I look at all these dark-hearted Richard Allen lovers, knowing damn well there's a good chance he's guilty. It's kind of sickening, but this is the way I look at it.
It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it absolutely will not stop.
Ever. You too, Kirsten. Hold it down over there in Germany for us. You got it, Farmer. Thank you for participating in the chat. Beach Fairy, Julianne, good to see you. Deja vu. Show me a picture of a 50 plus, you looking like a young BG, and I'll sell you an island. Okay. I need an island. Here, I'll show you right now. Wait, what kind of an island? Don't sell it to me. You got to give it to me. Hold my beer. Hopefully I can find it. Okay, so I'll show you this one and then another one from the same day. But I'll hold your hand, Deja Vu, but you won't admit it. Because you have a darkness in your heart. You see yourself in Richard Allen. There's a part of you that sees yourself in him. And you'll never admit that. Same day. Old sketch, young sketch. Same person, same day. Bam. So we'll drop the mic on that one. And guys, take care. I'm out of here. Thank you for watching the Sleuth Intuition channel. If you are part of the replay crew, you know what to do. Drop a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay in the loop. Sleuth Intuition is 100% crowdfunded. If you want to support me and help my channel grow, here are 3 ways that you can help. Number 1, Cash App. The funds go directly to me without YouTube taking a percentage. Number 2, become a member. Members are by far the leading contributors to my channel. Number 3, hit up the merch shop. Represent the Sleuth crew on these ruthless streets. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Sleuth Intuition channel. I'm your host, Patrick Vallejos. Until next time, peace.